We have new information about Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's treatment for a blood clot. Doctors in New York are using blood thinners to dissolve the clot in Mrs. Clinton's head. She developed the clot after suffering a concussion during a fainting spell at her home in early December. Doctors say Mrs. Clinton should make a full recovery.
And we're getting new insight into the condition of Secretary Clinton and what she's dealing with. At New at 5, Channel 2's Amanda Cook live outside SmartCare Urgent Care in Northeast Atlanta with why one doctor is saying that Clinton is really fortunate in all this. Amanda.
Justin, Dr. Kavita Kote here at SmartCare Urgent Care spoke with us about blood clots, explaining that they are usually formed when someone is immobile, that your blood becomes stagnant and then a clot is formed. She said that those clots can cause serious damage or even death. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is being called lucky after a potentially life-threatening blood clot was discovered in her skull, a clot that could have caused permanent brain damage, coma, or death.
We've got a laceration in one.
Dr. Kavita Kote is the Chief Medical Officer for SmartCare Urgent Care in Northeast Atlanta. We sat down with her to talk about what the Secretary is facing.
With hers, it was a sinus venous thrombosis, and that's a little bit different. It more you're talking about the sinuses in the brain, and that's actually not as, we don't see that as often, but it can happen.
3 weeks ago, Clinton fainted from dehydration and suffered a concussion from the fall. The clot was discovered in a follow-up MRI and could be a direct result of the incident.
Maybe due to her bed rest that she had because of her concussion, and then maybe also dehydration.
Dr. Kote explained why blood clots can be so dangerous and life-threatening.
That clot can stop the blood returning into the lungs. And so once the blood goes to the lungs, it gets oxygen and it goes back to the heart. So that it halts that process.
To help dissolve the clot, Clinton was put on blood thinners, but those present their own set of problems.
The biggest thing could be hemorrhage into the brain, other bleeding disorders.
And doctors do say that the prognosis for Secretary Clinton is excellent, that with care and monitoring, she should make a full recovery. We're live in Northeast Atlanta. Amanda Cook, Channel 2 Action News.